Hey, welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having an absolute magical day, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We have a new Mythic rank standard best of one deck. This is Abzan Recursion, I guess we could call it. Abzan Artifacts. I like to call it Cats and Rats. It's a color combination of white, green, and black. We have artifact vehicles and, of course, Greasefang, Okiba Boss. I'm sure you're familiar with this. If you're not, we're allowed to bring back an artifact from the grave with haste directly to the battlefield, which is fantastic. So we're milling, we're bringing things back, and we're just having a ton of fun. Of course, in the video, we're going to break down the deck list, talk about the strategies, the synergies held within, then demonstrate this within our Mythic ranked gameplay footage against the best decks and players in the world. Finally, wrapping up with our final thoughts, deck review, and of course, daily pack opening. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help me slay that YouTube algorithm. What a bad boy. It's a boss, and we need your help. Before that, though, let's take a look at the deck. Oakley dokley. Here we are. Cats with a Z. Rats. They don't get the Z. They just get their ass. It's a 2.7 average mana value build with 8 creatures, 28 non-creatures, and 24 lands, right? This is a mid-range build that acts as an aggro deck. This thing is quick, and if everything goes to plan, you can accumulate an army of cats very quickly. Faster than you can say, how'd all this cat hair get in my mouth, right? Tuesdays, and Simba's here with us today to do the deck tech. I don't know if he's in frame or not. However, here are the cats. Essica's Chariot for 4. It's a vehicle, and when it enters play, we'll create 2/2 green cat creature tokens, and whenever the chariot attacks, create a token that's a copy of target token that you control. So again, making those 2/2 cats, it itself will be a 4/4 that crews for 4, which is quite nice. So, our main goal of the build is to mill Essica's Chariot alongside our other artifact vehicle, the Mysterious Limousine. Now, what these two have in common is that they're both great whips for your kitty cat, right? This is a 4/4 as well. Crew this time only for 2. And when it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 other target creature until the limousine leaves the battlefield. If a creature is put into exile this way, return each other card exiled with the limousine to the battlefield under its owner's control, right? So here are our 2 artifact vehicles that we will bring back into play with haste via Greasefang Okiba Boss for 3. This is a 4/3, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, return target vehicle card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, and then we will return it to our hand at the beginning of our next end step, which again is fantastic, as the limousine can exile their tokens. They're not going to get them back, and then the chariot can be replayed for even more cats, which is super, super good, right? So, how are we going to get the chariot and the limousine in the graveyard? Well, we have Teaching of the Kirin as Saga. When it enters, mill 3 cards, then create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. We're just looking for the mill, but the body here is okay as well. Next up, we can put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature we control, and then finally exile it and return it to Kirin Touch Orkai as a 1/1, and whenever it attacks, you get to choose one of the 2 modes here, either exiling a target creature from a graveyard or a non-creature from a graveyard. If it's a creature, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. If it's a non-creature, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature that you control, which is, fairly acceptable, right? We can also mill through the Witherbloom command at 2 at sorcery speed. You've, again, multiple modes here in which you're allowed to pick 2. Target player mills 3 cards, then return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. So here's the mill effect. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. This is actually fairly decent removal. And then finally, target creature gets, not quite finally, but target creature is going to get -3, -1 until the end of turn. So actually acting as a form of removal here, which is quite nice as well. And then finally, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So worst case scenario, you're spreading the gap between your life totals with a mill, which is quite nice. Best case scenario, you get a little bit of removal on the side of that as well. Oakley dokley. So, that's kind of what we have going on with the main strategy of the deck. But don't forget Born to Drive. Now, this also fits in very nicely. The channel effect here is fantastic because it can't be countered. We can channel for 3. Born to Drive will be discarded, and we create 2 1/1 pilots. They crew with power 2 or greater. Not too shabby. Also, we can play as an aura, enchant artifact or creature, so you can keep it attached to an artifact when it's not crewed, the vehicles, that is. And it will get +1/+1 for each creature and or vehicle that you control, which is pretty goofy, right? So, you know, attach this to, you know, a goodie, flying vampire, perhaps, and you'll gain a bunch of life, and they'll lose the game. We can protect things with Tomato Safekeeping for 1 at instant speed. Target permanent you control gains Hexproof and Indestructible until the end of turn. You'll also gain 2 life, which is a little bit of sustainability in a world of aggro decks. Who doesn't love that? The Hotshot mechanic here as an aggro card. It's a 2/1 for 1, decent. An artifact creature as well, and then it can crew creatures with power 2 or greater. This is fantastic for crewing the Chariot, right? So 1 body can crew the Chariot instead of, you know, having to crew with 2. The Greasefang is also a really good target to crew the Chariot, as it has the 4 power here as well. We have Deadly Dispute here, and, you know, we're making a ton of cats. We have the Kieran token. We can sacrifice some things to draw cards, make treasures, just to help us propel our way through our deck, which is quite nice. Sorin can also +1. Look at the top part of our library. We can grab it into our hand and lose life equal to its mana value. Fairly low mana value within the deck, so, you know, that shouldn't be an end game scenario for us at any point. So a good draw engine here. Again, making that 2/3 with flying and lifelink for -2, and then -7, dealing 13 damage to any target, and we gain 13 life, right? So we definitely don't need to be worrying about our life gain that much. Oakley Dokley, we have Cave as the 3/4 attacker for 6, 5 plus itself needing to be untapped, total of 6. Quite nice with flying and Ganja, 4 damage to attacking or blocking creature, 1 less to cast for each legendary creature. In this case, we only have 1. The Hive, 3/3, exile creature. Not creature, but exile card in general from their graveyard. When it does attack, it will also have Menace. Abandoned Mire, milling 3, very good for the strategy of the deck, and then we actually get to pull a creature or planeswalker back from the grave to our hand, which is quite nice. Getting the Sorin, getting the Greasefang back, very, very good. Who Endures, controlling artifacts, lands, and enchantments. Nice removal, right? Can't go anywhere without Who Endures these days. And then some basic lands, LOL, you'll see later on in the video why. And, you know, a whole bunch of other dual lands for consistency's sake, right? So that is the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck tech portion of the video. We'll get into the gameplay footage now, and then we'll meet up to wrap up with our deck review. So cheers. Make sure to help us beat that boss of a YouTube algorithm with a like, comment, and a subscription if you haven't done yet. Make sure to also join the community Discord. There's cool stuff going on in there every single day. But most importantly, you know, just enjoy. On the draw, fairly decent looking hand. Like the limousine. Teachings is also very good. We get that mill and might get lucky. We just might. Fingers crossed. Mono green, sculptor. Oh. Hey, get back into the top of my library. I'm supposed to mill you. Right? Get back to the top of my library. All 3 of them. Wow. Isn't that a little much? 3 chariots in a row. The shuffler's fine. Stop asking questions. Doesn't look like anything to me. Perry has 2 mana out with the Sculptor, which can actually tap itself to untap a land. Any snow permanent, in fact. Which is scary, Doug. They could have some very scary things in hand, like Who Endures, which admittedly I'm sure they regret playing. But who knows? 3rd land. Potentially 4 mana available. Hit for 2, no blocks. We actually get to put counter. It's great. Thank you. Greasefang is out. Thank you for the Chariot and the 2 kitty cats. And this has haste, so we go in for the Cruisy Woozy. We don't want to block with the Greasefang, so it can go there. Oh, cancel. Sorry. Getting a little ahead of ourselves. Hit for 4. Copy to kitty. EEA beautiful, right? So that's a very aggressive start. That's our turn 3, and we have 3 cats out, a 2/2 token, Greasefang, and are literally about to continue lacing in 2 more cats from the Greasefang, plus an additional one from the attack, plus 2 more from this chariot. Yeah. 5 cats next turn. Already have 3. Is this a cat? It's a rat. Cats and rats. It could... that's a terrifying cat. Oh! It's to be expected. I mean, I'm sure they have 3 more in their hand as well. Let's be frank. Indestructible means you can take the damage. No blocks. Well... no. Go ahead, dude. It's all yours. Down to 12. It is not a snow permanent, so it cannot be untapped. Neither is Who Endures. This is a card, though. Should have had it in play. Well, no, the pack tactic needs it to attack. Nice top deck, dude. Sure, no one has a problem with that. No, you don't? You're okay with that if I do it? Sure. I mean, if you're okay with it. Yup. Yup. Big hit, Doogie. Why not? And this is what I'm talking about. A literal infusion of cats. This werewolf is overwhelmed. It's like, I thought werewolves were dogs, dude. Let's take out their draw engine, of course. I was thinking the sculptor would untap a snowland, and then there would be an inscription on the pack leader, pushing it up to 5. But I guess not. Greasefang's going to get Blizzard Brawled again. Oh, their own chariot. Sure. What would they play for 1? Blizzard Brawl? I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Yep. Definitely not bad, but look at our field state. And do they want to attack or should they defend? I would say defend. Don't worry, I've got more. This is just War of the Chariots. If they do crew for the chariot, that's 2 of their blockers. I don't care to push to 2/2. I'd rather make the 1/1. Just go wide, baby. I mean, it's already lethal, so chariot's not an option for them. We would have, if we pushed up to 2, we would have lost it anyways to the mammoth. Still sitting on 10. Yeah. Just don't know how you get out of this. 11 damage here for lethal. It's just like cat overload. This is too much, kitty. Say Tuesdays? What is that? 226. Decent, dude. He perks up. He's like, is my chariot ready? Is it awaiting? Yeah, I'll have it ready soon. Dokali, our opponent goes first. I don't like the fact that we don't have any white land. I'm going to mulligan this. There's also not any early game interaction. Keep 6. Toss the keeping. Okay. It is what it is. We can deadly dispute a mechanic. It's a good card, right? We go green or black? Probably black. Let the damage through. Lucky. Well, that's good too, right? They won't get to play these cards. I hate this. I need the land though. Oh, wow. That's not good. We mill and find a land, probably. It's synthed out, dude. Another epic hero. Okay. Not bad. Should have been a green. Dang it. Think so. Kill a creature. Mill. Okay, we do get a land. That's like, really? Lands are it's not a green source though. Ooh. Ooh. We're progressing. That's the important part. No blocks. Take your damage. Down to 13. Synth looking for a land, probably. They do get it. Meat hook for 1. No, it's for 0. I mean, makes sense. They've got field advantage. Why not keep it? Let's, you know, pretend to keep up pace. Pretend. Who are we pretending? We're going for it. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's not good. We discard the safekeeping. Oh, another meat hook. Luckily, they can't play it. Make the Darvel. And then we toss the keeping. Yikes. Interesting. Take the Darvel. Could you get any luckier? They don't like that, do they? Hey, really? I can hear it through the monitor. Going first. Good land, but what a slow hand. Look at it as well. Like, really? Really? Nothing milled yet, so I don't know if I really want to expose the Greasefang. But you get a head bump and then you've got to dodge the butt. It's pretty funny, isn't it? I mean, it is to me. Counterspell, huh? Well, you can counterspell the Greasefang. That's fine, because then you're not going to counterspell the Sorin. The hope is, right? The hope is we get it out of the hand, we can all move on with our day. Apparently not. But we've got a backup. So do they. God, what is that? Not, don't be on the keyboard, eh? I don't like when you're actually pressing keys on the keyboard. Do I not have basic lands here? Oops. I don't have basic lands, chat, and we lose our 4-drop. Bet you regret that, don't you, HGG? I'll add some basic lands after this. How do I not have them? At least one of them. And honestly, I see decks like that all the time, and I ask myself, like, how do they not have? What's there's something wrong here? Now I understand how it happens. The cat was too distracting. They probably had a cat themselves. I mean, it is what it is. Whoops. I mean, at least it's there. Really? Incredible. Why not, right? Wow. Really? I know you have another one, dude. This gets countered too. I want to save that limousine. Interesting. They're like, I'll just remove the cat instead. I don't know. We'll see. There was a hold up there. I see why. Hopefully it's not an instant speed spell. Maybe we get lucky. Good way to deal with the Hullbreaker, without a doubt. 1, 2, 3, 4 counter spells so far. Nice, dude. Right? Okay, just removal, and then they bounce the limousine back to hand. Woof. I mean, we still have it. They need to continuously pull. And that'll definitely help. Oh, they bounced the kitty. No! Hope those are both lands. And I hope you draw a land on your upkeep. No attacks. We're going to defend. There's the kitty. I know they have interaction, so let's not lose our only answer. They can't counter the channel either. I also don't want to give them any time. It's like a catch-22. This thing's so powerful, it's like a catch-69. Literally. But I can't tell you how much I appreciate you doing that right in front of me on my desk while I'm streaming. Thank you for that. It's like, oh, you didn't like, I'll be cute again. Oof, what a dirty doogie. You're gonna beat us with our own deck, huh? It's a good play. Hullbreaker Horror is just like, what a great card. Fair and playable. These are both counter spells. Actually, no, these are our cards. Imagine, I don't run counter spells, but that actually cracks me up. Hmm. Interesting. Still very bad. Oh, very, very bad. It's a win for me. We got the Hallbreaker Horror. Typically, that's more than you can do on the receiving end of this. So it is what it is. And right. We have to expose our limousine now, which forces us to block. They get the Hullbreaker Horror back. And we're right where we left off. Garuded. I feel like we should have just bailed. I guess we could Seed of the Empire, the Hullbreaker Horror, try to kill it that way. Oh, Kalidokali, that does the do, doesn't it? Good game, dude. Going first, good land. I had some basics. Whoops. I'm not entirely sure if we would have been able to get a win even with the basics in last match. So, maybe we could have, but I feel like probably not. Let's get ready to rumble. With the mechanic out first. Hold up a dispute into a farmland. Sanctium. And cool limousine. I guess we could deadly dispute the mechanic and then bring it back with the second mire. There's a possibility. I'm gonna sack it so they don't get creatures. All they get is the life. Haha. I think turn 3 Soren's pretty cool. Good start. A lot of land. That's gonna be the downside to this whole equation. I'm sure of it. Hopefully no more. Brutal. Get racked, Soren. See you later. Did they march my 1-drop for 0? I think they're gonna. Let's hit for 2, taking them down to 20. We ourselves go up to 22. Hopefully they play a creature. This is a lot of land. Is that our first deadly dispute? I almost thought it was our second our second deadly dispute for a second of time. A second for a second. I mean, that makes sense to everyone, doesn't it? Let's smash. We are smashing into Wandering Emperor. I know this. Without a doubt, Wandering Emperor on the Vampire. No! Huh. I'll end the turn here then. That is interesting. Faithful Mending. Are they a recursion deck? What do they discard? Hopefully not a Toxtril. Or anything else. There's plenty of things that we're scared of. Just some lands. Okay. They can't counter this. I mean, it's just, some more 1/1s. Oh no, right? Let's take the hit. We're the player, they're the opponent. So we're going to mill. They lose 2 life, we gain 2 life. We get a land from the grave. Don't need. Oh no, right on the top it was. Are you kidding me? That Hydra is delicious though. We can bring it back with the Mire end step. Do we have an artifact in here? No. Almost flawless victory. Maybe we should have had the limousine countered earlier. Let's see how it unfolds. We toss a March, which is interesting. Maybe just looking for the field wipe, right? I wish the Hydra was already in play. Here's a Doomscar. Here's a Meat Hook. Here's a Farewell. Oops. Oops. I should have done this first. Oops, oops, oops. 1,000 times over. Oops, oops, oops. 2,000 times again. Oops, oops, oops. Oops, 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 oops. We messed that up drastically. So bad we messed that up. I mean, we would have had the Rat King, but nothing else because the graveyard still is gone. But so that's a Doomscar. Has to be. One, two, three, four, five. Right? 6. They have removal, but we should force the removal on the limousine. Should have left Witherbloom Command open. Sorry, incomplete thought beforehand. Because now they remove the limousine, not the Hydra, and I really want that Hydra to stay. I need the Hydra to stay. Oh, they still take it. That's the correct play for them. Down to 8. We still get some damage through, but we could have had 2 more. Oh, we could have had 2 more, though. Amiria's Call is so good. Down to 6. Give me Meyer back, please. Nothing for us to grab with it, though. We could get a lucky mill. All right, we could get a lucky mill. I'm gonna do it now in case we get this 1-drop pilot. No, we don't get anything, dude. Ouch. That physically hurt. Ooh, down to 22. Brutal. Hold on. Bad mill. Another farewell. Oh, right underneath, dude. If they didn't get these 2 farewells, we'd been slapping them. Slapping a base, man. Because we could have attacked with the limousine, exiled an angel, traded with the other. Now we're good to go again. But the farewells are saving them. Without a doubt. Ooh. Ooh, right? I mean, this is still probably good. I'm sure they have interaction. Right, let's hit for 2 to 4, maybe. Wandering Emperor, most likely. Oh, even worse. Why is everyone using this card today? Don't you know that's cheating? Don't you know that's cheating, huh? Really? It's having terrible luck here. Why not cast a spell and bounce my 1/1, take lethal, question mark? Unless they don't have one. 26 cards. Those farewells really hurt against a recursion-based deck, right? Any graveyard control. Low and good game. Acid Bishop representing. Dokali. Cats and rats, you know, just having fun. And what's cool about this deck is it's incredibly strong, right? A deck that was basically ruining the Explorer format without the Parhelion. You know, I think the Limousine is very nice. It's obviously not as strong, making those 2 4/4s immediately. But the cats are enough. I'm sure you can agree that creating that many cats that quickly is a-okay. Holy, this is the card that ruined our day. Field of Ruin. I like the full art, though. Let's see if we can get a little bit clearer of a picture here. Just such high res, dude. What's the DPI on this thing? A hologram, and typically I don't show these trash cards up front here, but it's a holographic alternative art mountain. You do not mind. Abomination, the Amalgam, Pax, Betrayal, Fading Hope. You are good. We're gonna hold on to you. Dissipate, Liberator, Grand Wolf, the Naturalist. We actually don't mind this. This is a good card as well. The Breaker, the Stalwart Slayer as our rare, and of course a holographic Commando to end the build. So we get a Slayer, and we get a Fading Hope, which is probably better than this, in all honesty. An uncommon outpacing a rare. There's nothing to see here, you know, just casual distribution of Magic cards. Anywho, I hope you had a magical day. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to see you soon in the next one. Final reminder, if you haven't done so yet, like, comment, subscribe. Help me beat up that YouTube algorithm so we can get this channel converting again. And yeah, we'll see you soon in the next.